Welcome back to House to Home. We're here. We had a lot of fun last week with Murph and Western Supply there. We were talking about plumbing and water efficiency. And this week we've got some plans, but I'm kind of waiting for Kris to show up. I think he's got a rodent problem down in the basement there. And that's kind of a scary, oh my gosh, that's a big rodent.
Oh man, I tell you what, there's a reason why I'm not a plumber. You know, have you ever soldered copper?
Yeah. Were you expecting me to say no?
You make it sound like it's easy.
It's not too bad.
Now I want to tell you something.
Until you get into a small space.
I've used this flux.
Uh-huh.
And it's frustrating me, so I went and bought new flux.
Okay.
And it's frustrating me. And I had this tip, and it's frustrating me, so I went and bought a new tip and a new bottle of MAP gas, and it's frustrating me. And it's still leaking.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. You got all the right tools.
Well, here's what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is sometimes you need professional plumbers, huh?
Oh, well, yeah.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
You're
I
not
don't
a
have enough
professional.
plumber crack. That's what it is. I gotta get some plumber crack.
I saw plenty of plumber crack when you came out of that hole.
Welcome to House to Home. How are you?
Good.
Oh my goodness, what are we doing today?
Well, I believe I was informed that we were looking at windows today.
Yeah, oh that's right, windows.
Oh. Go back in the hole where you belong.
I do belong in the crawl space, don't I? We are talking windows today. Why are we talking windows when we're doing plumbing down there? Well, we got to get prepared. Hey, speaking of, hey, look at here. This is real world stuff. They are walking in on House to Home. Oh, no. You come back over here. See, they're in the crawl space today. I kind of followed them down there because I was getting jealous, but we're talking windows.
We're talking.
They're doing heating and air. We've got a window expert coming, Lloyd from Heartland.
Great.
Lloyd is going to be running for president this year. I don't know if you know that. No, well, not this year, but next year. I'm going to be his Secretary of Defense.
Okay.
Defense. I put up like defense,
Oh,
to see defense.
defense,
to
yeah.
see. We'll be right back, and we're going to talk windows.
After a hard day's work, there's nothing quite like enjoying an ice-cold beer and biting into a juicy Q burger from the Golden Q and Haze. The Q offers 12 beers on tap from the ice-cold Blizzard beer system, poured at a chilly 27 to 30 degrees. When it comes to burgers, the Golden Q is the only choice. Try the Q burger or one of the many specialty burgers like the Bacon Extreme or 4-cheese double cheeseburger. If a burger's not your thing, a delicious sandwich or bowl of homemade soup is waiting for you. And remember, if the game's on, they're open. The Golden Q, 8th and Ash and Hayes.
You see their trucks all over the area. The name, JDR Painting. They're getting great reviews for great painting jobs. JDR Painting, respecting your home and your business with great painting results. JDR Painting, a new way to get a little, medium, and big painting job done. You can even book your painting jobs online to be done when you want it done. Schedule it now at repaintkansas.com. JDR Painting, a new and refreshing way to paint.
Inspiration, it's all around us. You just need to know where to look. Investing in your house is one of the best financial things you can do for your family. At First Assured Mortgage, we're inspired by you to help you find the best loan for your needs. Come and see us at First Assured Mortgage, where we're locally owned, and we'll meet you anytime, in the evening or during the day. 785-621-4447.
With high winds and sub-freezing temperatures, Kansas winters can be brutal. But take heart, Glassman Plumbing, Heating and Air is only a phone call away. We will service your existing furnace system, or if required, replace it with a high-efficiency Carrier system. Affordable, warm comfort from Glassman and Carrier. Turn to the experts and stay warm and cozy all winter with Glassman Plumbing, Heating and Air.
The choice is perfectly clear. Glassman Plumbing, Heating and Air.
You like that sound? If we
Not
get you one, we
particularly.
can play music.
Oh, mine would have to be a different pitch.
Welcome back, House to Home. Kris, Andrea, Hunzafoots behind the camera, and we got Hunzafoots too here holding the microphone today.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, we're ready now. We were born ready. Welcome back to House to Home. As we promised, we're going to talk windows today. And why are we talking windows?
I don't remember why.
Well, so we can see clearly now. Are you kidding me? You would wonder why we were talking windows now. We have this extremely large hole in the floor. You know, we're soldering copper. We have an addition getting ready to go, and I mean, there's just a lot going on. But we really need to be talking windows because of the fact that we need to get them ordered. We need to take a look at the windows we have, and oh my goodness. Speaking of a professional, Lloyd from Heartland.
It's always good to have real professionals.
Oh, it is? And I promise that I won't be a close talker.
Okay, I look forward to that.
Lloyd, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
What do you think of
Yourself?
this? Oh, I'm telling you. It's Friday. It's spring break. All my grades are entered. I need to get that water line fixed so we won't count that one. I had a great lunch. How can it go wrong? Your day?
Sure. Not spring break for me, but that's cool. I'll be happy for you, I guess.
I guess it sucks to be you. Lloyd?
My day, another day in paradise.
Oh.
Another day in paradise.
Well, and look who you get to work with today.
It just made it even better.
Oh my goodness, I tell you what. Okay, so this house built in 1895, well, it was built as a barn, and then it was converted into a house. And as I walked around, after getting this house, I looked and I noticed, I'm like, well, hey, there are some newer windows. There's still some 1940s or windows from the early 50s picture windows. There's still some really old wooden windows. And I'm like, Lloyd could help us. That's kind of was where I was thinking. And I'm like, I walked in one day to Heartland Building Center and I'm like, Lloyd,
Okay.
you need to help me.
Well, let's
I
help
need
you.
assistance.
Okay.
And what's even better yet is we're not even talking down there. You came out to see me.
Go to where the work is.
Now, is that what you do? Do
That's
you go
what-
out all the time and
all the
see
time.
people and talk to them?
All the time.
Do they cook you lunch? Do they barbecue?
No.
No. Well,
But I've
we're-
had offers.
We're
but
not
gonna
going
do that
to
either.
No.
Good thing I ate lunch.
Although I do have a torch, we
There
can
we
warm
go.
up some hot dogs.
There we go.
That's,
We
so that
may
is a
do
good.
that.
I guess good is a good. That is a good thing about being a plumber. Sometimes I get a little tongue twisted.
That's all right.
So what we need to be doing is, well, wait a second. Before we go any further, you just put a new window in your house.
Yes.
Now, was it a replacement window or was it an entirely new window?
It was an entirely new window.
Now,
Yeah.
why? Why did you do that? Now we got to back up.
Yeah.
Now,
we should
you're
talk
a young
about the
lady that has a
differences.
bathtub that's made out of cast iron, weighs
Yeah.
7,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So we're going to clarify that. Now, why a new window and not a replacement window?
I don't remember the benefits of one or the other, but there was a difference, and I don't recall.
But one of them made you say, this is the way I
Yes.
want to go. Well, and I think that's why we have a professional.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, we do need to talk about that. We also need to kind of spend some time picture windows. I love picture windows, but what's the difference between a picture window? You know what? What's the difference between a casement and a double hung? Here's a test
I
for
know
you.
that one.
You want the young lady to go?
Oh,
Come on,
she buzzed in
I-
first.
I
think she
did.
should. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so casement, you have a crank, and there's mechanics inside of it for it to open and close. Then you have your double hung, which it's within the framing. The glass panes will swing out.
Oh, like the tip.
Yeah, you can open them different ways. And then there's single hung where
I think you and
only
I will
one
just go ahead
pane
and take off,
does it.
'cause, I think she's got this herself. What are we doing here? You go, girl. I'm telling
Okay,
you.
okay.
How'd you learn this?
Thank you.
Wait.
Well, from research when we wanted to install windows in our house. So we looked into all the different kinds. And there's different price points for all the different
Absolutely.
kinds.
Yes.
And so tell me, so let's back up a second. So what is your job at Heartland? What do you do?
I'm referred to as a millwork estimator, and what my job entails is quoting, then ordering, and then billing out, generally speaking, exterior doors, interior doors, windows, and millwork. And millwork is, trims of all kinds, casing, bases, crowns, that type of thing. I can step a little bit away from that, but generally that is what takes up the majority of my time at the store. I deal primarily, my job is probably primarily new construction, where we have houses that are being built new out of the ground and we're purchasing for that. But I also do remodels and again, replacements in existing homes. So that is what I typically do on an average day.
And you got into this business how?
I was involved in the hospitality industry and left that about 12 years ago, and the opportunity came up to go to work at Heartland, and I actually started in their hardware area, and then after about a year there, got into the millwork section, and here I am.
That's very cool. So you have multiple backgrounds.
I do.
So speaking of cooking hot dogs, we could like whoop up some in the hospitality industry. Now wait a minute. As we go out here, because we're going to go into a new segment, we're going to move upstairs to some windows. Now you said you're a quoter.
Correct.
So give me a good quote by Einstein.
Judge not, lest you be judged.
Oh
Wow.
my! Did you see
Way to
him just?
go. No
Okay,
problem.
I'm like feeling intimidated. I think okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put
No,
Lloyd in the middle.
No.
Lloyd is in charge.
Now this was for the average people out there, certainly not you. So.
Oh yeah, I'm below average. Trust me.
No, way above.
Oh my goodness, that's good. You just like rattled that right off. So I can't wait to see what we can learn about windows upstairs because I got a couple beauties up there for you that we need to talk about. How's that sound? Sound like a deal?
Sounds like a great
We're
deal.
going upstairs. Awesome. We'll be right back.
Since 1892, Heartland Building Center has continued to provide
Northwest Kansas with superior customer service and quality products.
Offering high-performance windows and doors.
Beautiful cabinetry.
Floor and roof trusses.
Storage sheds, lumber, and decking.
everything for the professional and the do-it-yourself homeowner.
With a full line of hardware. 2 superior paints and stains.
We've got it.
At your locally owned and operated Heartland Building Center, Hayes, Stockton, and Russell.
Midwest Energy is a cooperative, meaning that our electric and natural gas customers are also our owners. Serving nearly 92,000 customers in 41 counties in central and western Kansas, Midwest Energy's employees are proud to bring you safe, reliable, and affordable energy services. Learn more at mwenergy.com. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative, making energy work for you.
I'm Jennifer Tepfer, and I found my new home at Williams Real Estate.
I'm Jerry Wilson, and I found my new home at Williams Real Estate.
I'm Jennifer Johnson, and I found my new home with Williams Real Estate.
We found our new home. Let us help you find yours.
Williams Real Estate, for residential or commercial, 1011 East 27th Street in Hayes in the Eagle Business Plaza. Or you can see them online at williamsrealestate.net.
Welcome back, House to Home. Lloyd for president. Andrea, what do you want to be?
I don't know.
Secretary
I want to be Chris Munch.
Oh, go. You do not want that. You do not
We'll see
want
about
that. We have moved from the crawl space to the first floor. Now we're up in the second floor, and we're talking windows.
Yes, we'll get on the roof finally.
we
Eventually, we'll get up there.
We've been in the attic. We're talking windows, huh? With Lloyd. Lloyd from Heartland. He's the window guy, the mill guy. I just asked him to toss a quote out there, and he like rambled off. So we're not even going there anymore because he just makes us look. Well, he makes me look really bad. We already know you're doing the whole show, and you just bring the whole level of the show down.
Thank you.
Okay, so you brought a big old window. You talked casements earlier.
Yep.
Let's may I?
Yes, please.
Mind it? So if I bring it backwards.
We have a casement here, and if we need to open it, we can. It'll unlatch.
Watch out.
Now,
Oh yeah.
and it'll crank out.
Oh yeah.
That's referred to as a casement.
So that's a casement.
Correct.
because it opens up like you talk about mechanics.
Mechanics.
Yep.
Something we want to clarify, and you're probably aware of it, but I'll bring it up for the audience, is that there are two types of windows that we deal with. And first is referred to as a new construction type window, which has this nail flange on it. So you'll set this window in from the outside, and you'll secure it through these holes.
So this flange, that's what it sits flat up against.
Correct, and then of course you'll seal it off. We refer to those as new construction. I mean, and a lot of people feel when they hear that, that means, well, we're building a new house or putting a new addition on it. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It means that we're taking whatever is existing there right now as far as the window, we're removing it completely out down to what we'll call the rough stud opening, and then setting this new window back in from the outside and proceeding.
And when you say rough opening, what you mean by that is that's the opening in the stud wall.
That is correct.
That this slides into. That doesn't exactly tell you the width and the height of the window.
No, and that is exactly right. Generally speaking,
must be my mom.
Maybe you better answer.
Sorry, no, we just shut her off.
Okay. And generally speaking, an industry-wide number is if you have a rough opening, let's say of 30 inches by 50 inches, they'll undersize the window by about a half an inch. So 29 and a half, 49 and a half, so on. That's generally an industry standard.
So when you're talking new construction windows, do they come in pretty standard sizes?
You know, they used to and still do today, but especially with the vinyl windows coming into the market, because they can be built to size, basically to the 1/8 of an inch, it's pretty well about anything you want anymore. It has changed that dramatically. Even some of the older window companies that were around that never made too many changes figured out they had to be competitive. They are now making custom size windows too. But to answer your question, yes, there are some standard sizes.
Right. And so could I say that standard sizes, you might carry some standard sizes down at the store?
We carry about 5 of them.
5 different standard sizes.
But again, because there are so many out there, generally it's very difficult to even begin to carry them, and you just order to size. And generally speaking, it's about a 3-week turnaround time to get them in.
Right. Now, so if this is a casement, and then how's a double hung in comparison to this?
The double hung, again, both replacement or new construction would have the fin or without. A double hung, both they'll refer to as sashes. This is a sash right here. It's the part that actually moves.
Right.
So a double hung would have 2 sashes. It would have an upper and lower sash, and they would both go up and down. And then in most cases anymore, again, the market has demanded it, they need to tilt in to wash. Pretty well, it's kind of a rarity where a double hung window doesn't tilt in to wash. A single hung window, only the lower sash will go up and down. The top is a fixed piece of glass that never moves. And again, that lower sash will tilt in to wash. Okay. Then an awning window, if we were to, and don't do this, but if we were to take this window and turn it over 90 degrees and crank it out, it would crank out like so. That's referred to as an awning window. Same mechanics, the window. Now granted, you wouldn't turn this window inside because it's not built to be turned on its side, but they build them, and that would be an awning window. You spoke of picture windows, or some people call those fixed lights or picture windows. And then there are a few other there's a hopper window out there that is not very common, that'll actually tilt in towards you, but they're not a very common window. And then the casements. And as you drive around, if you're out in where the new house is built, you'll see a lot of the geometric shapes, a lot of the arches. We have a lot of those going on too.
And typically when you tell me not to do something, I'll do it.
Yes.
But I won't do it because this isn't my window.
Okay.
And that's even better yet. Probably even more reason why we should turn it on its side.
Yes.
Got a question for you though. Sliders.
I forgot that. Thank you. I knew I was missing sliders. Very good point. Sliders are a window, again, that slide back and forth. And Andrea was visiting with me on the break regarding that they had purchased one, and it gives you the illusion of a casement window. So you'll also find that sliders can be one of the more inexpensive type windows that are out there, but still a good quality window.
And they function like your double hungs too, as far as the panes.
Again, they're turned on their side though, and they roll back and forth. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Very good. So, so let's talk vinyl for a second. So if you, this is a vinyl window, and I've always heard these horror stories that vinyl windows are forever. I mean, are vinyl windows forever? They are forever. I mean, they say, well, they're vinyl, they're never going to rot, but I don't know that I believe that.
Vinyl windows, and again, they've been out, 20 years maybe.
Right.
It's something that I think is going to have to be judged on their time's going to speak for them on how they're doing.
Right.
But most vinyl windows offer basically a limited lifetime warranty on it against the cracking or
anything.
Like anything.
Yeah.
But one thing they won't do is they cannot rot because they don't have any wood in them. And we're finding like this particular window will have aluminum extrusions inside of the side.
Say that 4 times backwards.
4 times fast backwards.
So we've got vinyl and we've got wood construction. What other materials?
There is
types?
aluminum.
There is
all aluminum. That does not have very much of a market in Hayes.
Right.
Aluminum windows, they just don't. They're more of a commercial window.
And they have a tendency to the metal windows have a tendency to let the cold through. I mean, it transfers through.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's set this up against this wall right here, and let's move over real quick because before we go to a break, we're safe. Let's move over here because what I want to do is this is the old double hung I was talking about.
Correct.
And I mean they're a little loose.
We're ready for some new windows.
I think. Yes. Well, yeah, a little caulking maybe here and there.
There we go. Okay.
Teach me how to measure for a new window.
Okay, and then I'll try and be as quick as I can. I saw that downstairs. Some of the windows had already been replaced in the house with replacement style windows, and they kept all of the old trim, all of the old stock.
Because I don't want to lose my trim. That's a big thing for me. Right?
We're not going to.
Okay.
So what we do is we generally measure from inside to inside of the jamb.
And we're talking the actual, not the trim.
Not the trim.
Not the stop that holds the window, but the actual wood that would be part of the frame, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And we take that measurement, and I'm showing about 34¼ inches.
Right.
Typically what I have found is if you deduct 1/4 inch from that, and that is the size of your window, that works real well as far as replacements.
Okay. And should somebody, like you measure, should I take the time to measure the
top
the middle,
bottom.
and the bottom?
Yes.
To get an average.
Remember, one thing that is so key, width by height. Width is always first, height is always second. So if you're doing your measuring and you're bringing that in, you give these dimensions and you give your height first, and no one questions you, you're going to get the wrong size windows. Width by height, I can't stress it enough.
So speaking height, how do we measure height?
From the height, again, the same area up here.
Not the molding, but the actual
up in the
inside.
head of the window, and then measure down to the inside of the stool. This is referred to as a stool, where the stool rests on the sill.
You shouldn't say stools around me.
Well, I'll figure out another name for it. It's just going south.
It goes south.
And
stool crapper. So we're going to call that the crapper.
Correct. And deduct 1/4 inch there.
So if I measure here, I'm going to stick that down inside.
Correct.
And I'm going to go up underneath here, and I see my dimension, and I'm going to do that the same across.
Yes, deduct 1/4.
Deduct 1/4.
And that from my experience and all the windows we sold, that seems to work real well on that 1/4 deduct.
Would you suggest, so let's say I'm going around measuring, and would you, sometimes I think when I come in, I give you exact opening, and then you always ask, have you deducted 1/4?
Correct.
And so that way, or I can bring it in and say, hey, I've already deducted 1/4.
Correct.
So you just want to make that really clear with Lloyd or wherever you're going to get a window. Make sure that you get that right?
Yes, and we'll come out and measure with you. Be glad to do it. It'd be a great time.
I'll tell you, that's why you're the president, man.
I thought we had that the other way. You were going to be president. I was going to.
That's too much pressure. I'd rather be vice president. I just want to fly around the country and just chill. Say stupid things. That's what I want to do. I mean, good at that. I am good. I am good.
Flying is an activity, not an accomplishment. Don't forget.
Wow, who quoted that?
So many quotes.
Yes. Well, I copied that from someone. So anyway.
Huh.
Cool.
He's good. He's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Thank you for helping us.
Thank you for having me.
We will be right back.
If you're ready to replace your bath or shower enclosure and want a professional installation, stop by Advantage Glass Plus in Hayes. Select a standard or customized enclosure, framed or frameless, with hinged, pivoting, or sliding doors. Give your bath some personality and style with patterned glass available in many textures including obscured, clear, and rain. Let the glass experts from Advantage Glass Plus create your new bath enclosure. 1005 Vine in Hayes. Find our ad in the Next Tech directory.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Gable with Technology Integration Solutions. Call us today for a free estimate and let us see how we can simplify things for you.
When that garage door doesn't open like it used to, then it's time to call Strobe Door and Repair of Russell. They'll travel to almost anywhere in Kansas to repair or replace garage doors for residential or commercial applications. The crews from Strobe can replace your garage door, adjust it, and can replace or fix your garage door opener. Call them and set up your appointment today and save on that frustration. Strobe Door and Repair of Russell. Call 785-483-7665. That's 785-483-7665.
Western Supply in Hayes has been working with local contractors and homeowners for over 25 years, providing faucets and fixtures for new home and remodeling projects. Come on into Western Supply and let their in-house consultants work with you. Western Supply has 2 brand new showrooms full of ideas to meet all of your kitchen and bath needs. If you can dream it, we have it. Everything from one-piece and multi-piece showers to bathroom tubs and tops. It's all right here.
Come see us at Western Supply, 1207 Cedar, Hayes.
You start.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, so we've talked about the different types of window choices, which is important. I mean, to really know the functionality and what best works. But there are some other options you have when looking at windows.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I think there's a lot of things we didn't even. You wouldn't have enough time. Welcome back, by the way, huh? Oh, we're back.
We are back.
We are back. Yeah, there's no way in this amount of time we can do it justice of all the things. And you mentioned something that we didn't even talk about the type of glass, the stuff that goes between the glass,
the gases between the glass panes.
Gas between the glass.
Yeah.
Let's say that
okay,
like 4.
Let
that one go. Okay, I'll let that one go. But I can't. Argon gas. So when they put argon, it's an inert. That's a big word, inert, for me. That's like, so they put inert gas between. So that's a whole other thing. And then you talk about the UV.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that when you take out a window without the UV, you slide a window with the UV protection, it's like, whoa.
Well, I notice more so, I have a jewelry box on my dresser in front of the window, and it's, eating the finish off of that jewelry box.
Yeah.
So
It protects carpet, and it protects your walls, and things don't fade. And and this is a perfect example here of double hungs, and then he called it a fixed glass or a picture window. Yeah. And this is what I love about like Lloyd coming out and looking. We were standing out front talking about a wig window, and he was saying, well, did you notice that these windows already have, they're just a double-plated glass slid in, so you didn't replace the frame. And I'm like,
oh wow,
I never even noticed that.
Yeah.
And so they just have the eye and the ability to look.
Right.
So when you measured your windows, did you measure them, or did you have somebody come out?
No, we actually had them come out to our house. They measured it up. We just had to decide the style, again, the glass, the different options, and then we even put grids within that glass.
You mean like the little...
decorative, yeah.
The little grid, yeah, so they're decorative. Oh, that's very cool. There's a lot to consider.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you do a wood frame window, or did you do a vinyl window?
We did a vinyl with a fiberglass core, which is supposed to help make it stronger.
So there is so much to consider when you're thinking about new windows in your house. And this is not something that a person that's handy can go do. I mean, if you're somewhat handy, which, by the way, I hope in the future, actually, Hunzefoots, he needs new windows in his house. We're going to go measure that thing up, and one of these days we're going to do a show on, we're actually going to put his windows in for him. We'll put in one.
Sure.
We're going to take out all 9.
And then he has to do all the rest
We'll
of them.
put in one. We're just going to leave him hanging.
We need to show up just him trying to do that.
Yeah, there's no reason. We'll let the birds flying in all weekend, and stuff, but it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
A lot to learn. You can go to Lloyd at Heartland, and he can just fix you right up. I just think it's cool. Did you put your own window in, or did you have it done?
No, we had them put it in.
Do you feel more comfortable doing your own?
I think I could.
I think I have no doubt. I mean, you've tore your whole bathroom out. I think you can do it. That's good stuff. All right, well, that's it for this week, and I don't know what we're going to do next week yet, but we'll think of something. Maybe siding. Well, maybe we'll do siding.
That would go well after the windows.
That would go after windows. Yeah, absolutely. So when we come right back, if my walls could talk, and my walls will talk.
Your house, you've painted it, fixed it, you've insured it, paid its taxes, and you've loved it. We think it owes you big time. So at Bank of Hayes, we've made it easy to take some of that equity you put into your house and turn it into cash you can put in your pocket. And with that cash, you can do anything. With a home equity line of credit, we'll make your house pay. And it's about time.
Building better ways. The Bank of Hayes.
Building better ways. The Bank of Hayes.
It's not hard to figure out why Western Stone and Hayes is so busy these days. Since opening their doors in 2008, their motto has been a simple one: offer a high-quality product in a very timely manner. Take a look around. Their work speaks for itself. If it's important to you to have someone call you back, getting the job done quickly, professionally, and on budget, then give Western Stone a call to book your project today. With everything manufactured on site, Western Stone products are built to outlast the competition. Western Stone, just east of Walmart in Hayes.
Moving is hard. So much has happened here. I mean, this was Grace's first home. But this new home, well, it's what we always dreamed about. And it's so exciting to think of what will begin here.
And I will do it for you.
For auto, home, life, and health, see American Family Insurance Agent Whitey Cole of Hayes and Ellis. Why go anywhere else but Horizon Appliance and Electronics for quality name brand appliances like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Maytag, plus many state-of-the-art electronics such as Samsung, LG, and Sharp TVs, plus America's most recommended mattress, Tempur-Pedic, even Traeger grills. A full selection of quality appliances, electronics, and mattresses all under one roof. Horizon Appliance and Electronics in Hayes, open 7 days a week.
The sink is done and the countertop is done. Now I'm just working the last little piece of tile down there.
Ah, very good, very good. Hey, welcome back. If this is a segment, Misa, that I do called If My Walls Could Talk. And today I'm bringing you in because I'm a little choked up. So you bring this, you wrote a paper called The Project Man.
I did, it was for my English Comp 1 class.
Yeah, and we're standing in front of this trailer full of junk today. And the reason why we're kind of here and the reason why I brought you on is because I got to tell you something. You're the man. I've had a tough journey. Misa came along a couple years ago, huh?
Did, fall 2013.
Yeah, 2013. You're in the Army.
I am.
And you're here working, learning, not afraid to do anything.
Well, I'm just learning along with you and try to do my best at, whatever you task me out to do, so yeah. That's what I'm here for.
Well, I got to tell you something. So you brought me a paper yesterday you wrote for an English class called The Project Man. I got tears in my eyes just thinking about what you wrote. You look at me from a different perspective, and you said some things in there looking past the cover and maybe some of the hardness that maybe some people may see from the outside, or you mentioned in there that all you got to do is start to talk to me and you see the softness and things.
Yeah, exactly. You see a lot of people with good things, they might be driving a nice car or, they might live in a nice home, but, you never know exactly, their background. You never know their story, and working along with you for this last couple of year and a half, I've learned a lot, about, the other side that people don't see, they see the Kris side, the successful Kris side, but, they don't know all your struggles. So, working along with you, I've been.
That's very cool. And what I don't think what you realize is, that paper literally, I'm humbled by it. I am humbled by it. To think that you see that in me. Number one, you're a guy. And that's what I pushed last week. Typically guys they're hard shells and they don't like to show emotion. And if you show emotion, it's weakness. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love working with you, is because we work hard together. We can talk about all kinds of things. And that paper really validated for me kind of this journey of going from like junk, to really feeling good about myself and stay in the course of, because I think often our course is hard to stay. We don't see the results of it. And then you come along out of the blue and you hand me this paper you wrote for an English class, and you compare me to Bruce Wayne. Now, Bruce Wayne is like, he went through a lot, and then he transforms, he goes out and he helps people. I'm telling you, dude, that's humbling. I don't even pretend to be Superman. Sometimes I do when I try to lift things that I shouldn't, but then I pay for it with my back. But you're here today as part of this because I don't know that you realize how much I thank you for everything you do, everything you show, your strength, your kindness, how you're not afraid to be a man. You really aren't afraid to be a man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, working along with you, I've learned that it doesn't take much to be a, you know, kind of like a superhero. I mean, all you gotta do is, I mean, just say a simple hello to anybody. You know, you can make somebody's day just like, you know, just by doing so.
That's cool. Well, I want to tell you something.
Thank you for
today, buddy.
Me all those things,
today,
man.
buddy. I'm telling you, if our walls could talk, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah. We're gonna see you next week. I love you, brother.
I love you too.
Absolutely.